We have discussed in details about sannyasa, three types of sannyasa. We have also discussed about jnanam. Then we discussed about karma. Then we discussed about karta. Then buddhi. And finally, dhruti. I hope you recollect, okay? 6 topics we have covered. After covering these 6 topics, Lord Krishna thought of to enter into the 7 topics, so which is the last topic. So that he uses the word called Sukham. Sukham means happiness. He wants to highlight a look. As you have heard 3 types of sannyasa, 3 types of karma, 3 types of jnanam, 3 types of karta, 3 types of buddhi, and 3 types of dhruti. So also there are 3 types of sukham, happiness. So why he wants to highlight this? First let us read so that we can go ahead accordingly. Sukham tvidanim trividham Shruno me Bharatarshava Abhyasat Ramate Yatra Dukkhantam Chanigacchati. He wants to highlight mainly that, O Arjuna, Bharatarshava, so you are most exalted, most important person in the Bharata clan. Idanim Shrunume, now you listen to me. So what you need to listen to me? Sukham, the Sukham means the happiness, that is Trividham iti. Sukham, the happiness, is to be divided threefold, or listen to the threefold happiness. Now, he wants to communicate very carefully. This is what you need to understand. When we say happiness is a threefold, is it by choice or instinct? So that we'll get into the verses later. If you observe about food, that you are hungry. Are you hungry instinctively or with choice? That you are hungry, definitely it is instinctively. But I am hungry of pizza. I am hungry of rice, that too Tari Sadam. Or today being good day, I am hungry of payasam. That too pal payasam. Means milk payasam, okay? And of course appalam and whatnot, all these things, okay? Because they are making here, so that's I'm telling. Now, I am hungry of all these things. Now, is it instinctively or with a choice? Is it clear? Definitely, it is not instinctively, it is a choice. So also, we all crave for happiness. That craving for happiness Is it instinctive or choice? Definitely it is instinctively. Correct? So this is instinctive, no doubt in it. But I am craving for this particular happiness. The happiness that is derived from house, that happiness derived from position, happiness derived from a person, happiness derived from money, not from this person, from that person, not from this money, from that money, not from this house, from that house, again in that house, this color, not that color. You understand how many varieties you know better. Okay, let us not get into. Even if not this person, that person, if that person also, how the person should be, again goes, you know, how to behave, how to talk, what to do, what not to do. Now, all these things definitely are not instinctive. It is a choice. Now, if this is the choice, that means what? When we exercise our choice, that means choice comes with some type of practice or acquaintance. If you observe your life, whatever you have chosen so far, how did you choose? How did you exercise your faculty of choice? You only exercise based on your fancies, informations, or acquaintance. Clear? That's why you can see, I remember one thing. This is a very good example. Long back, when I was in Chennai that time, so one song was released, Kalavari. What is this Kalavari D? Correct? That is Kalavari D, na? Kolavari na Kalavari? Kolavari D. It's okay. So Kolavari D. So one fellow sang with a as though drunkard. So sang one song. You may believe it, on the first time when I heard, I said, what is this song? What is this? You may believe it or not, I did not like it at all. But that song became so hit. Everybody started singing that Kolavari D. And of course different versions, okay, Gujarati version, Hindi version, Odia version, child version, old version, Italian version, also Kolavari D is there. And it became so popular, you may believe it or not, one day I started also singing Kolavari D. So how does it happen? This is an example, take it. How does it happen? Because of acquaintance. Especially if you look at our age, people are little elder to us. In those days in India, few movies were there, not unlike nowadays, okay? And especially few songs were very popular. And almost everybody sings those songs. Openly, okay? Because that thing was so popular, it was being, let us say, available everywhere, and because of acquaintance, that one starts liking, one derives happiness. That means, that is what is being highlighted here, the word Sukham tu idanim trividham srunume Bharatarshabha. O Arjuna, now listen from me to the threefold happiness. Now he uses this word that abhyasat ramate iti. Yatra ramate, in which one indulges. And how? Abhyasat, because of habit. Clear? So that's why Kulavaridi. So anything you develop a habit, slowly you start getting indulged. That's why, especially in Indian Bollywood movies, horrible actors especially, actresses also. Horrible means horrible, you will not feel like looking at them. But behind them, people pump money. They will appear again and again in a movie, and many movies will be flop. So after 20, 30, 40 movies, when it is flop, then the face becomes acquainted. Then out of that, one becomes hit. That's all. They become star. So they make sure that people should see the face, like politicians, okay? However, here he says, look, even though it is developed through abhyasam, that's why abhyasat, because of habit. So that means all our happiness that we are looking for, even though it is instinctive, remember, even though happiness is instinctive, but the types of happiness that we are looking for, it is out of abhyasam, out of practice. First. Second thing is, because that's why what sort of practice I do, that also matters to me. Second point, he says, look, this is not enough. But remember, when it is created in time, it also has to come to an end. Nigacchati dukhantam iti. Nigacchati means definitely it will come to what? Dukhantam. It will come to an end which will bring pain. So to the end of pain, not ordinary. So that means when happiness or looking for, craving for, striving for happiness is instinctive, but types of happiness that I look for, let it be Sattvic, Rajasic or Tamasic, makes no difference. But all this happiness will come to an end. So coming to an end is not a problem. I can accept it. But it will come to an end with pain. That's the problem. It will come to an end is not a problem at all. Let it come to an end. But when it comes to an end with pain, that I am not able to accept. Now, if this is the case, then why we should know and why should we go behind? After all, it is pain. That's why you are being designed, your mind is being designed. That's why better you should know the variations. Because when you know the variation, you have a better choice. So when you have a better choice to exercise, you are a better person. Now here, Lord Krishna wants to say, hey look, there are 3 types of happiness. And may you know them in details. So that you understand where you are, then keep improving. Knowing that it will come to an end with pain. Remember this. With this background, let us read the next verse. Verse number 37. Yattat agre visameva pariname mrutopamam tat sukham satvikam puruktam atma buddhi prasadajam. Lord Krishna takes this verse number 37, 38 and 39 to deal with this three types of Sukham. So 37 is dedicated to Sattvic Sukham, 38 to Rajasic Sukham, and 39 will deal with Tamasic Sukham. In the verse number 37 says that Sattvic Sukham Proktam. Sattvic Sukham is said to be, this is what is called Sattvic Sukham. What is that? Tat yattat eva visham. That is, please understand, yat tat eva visham. It is like a poison. Sattvic Sukham itself. Visham. Because remember, any visham is painful. And moreover, any good thing that you consume in big amount, that becomes visham or not, poison or not. In fact, we say milk is good to drink. Suppose if you drink too much milk, is it poison or not? Even if the best thing you consume, if you don't follow the method or amount, you consume excess, that become poison. This is one method we know. That's why anything we do, we should not stretch too much. Everywhere there should be a limitation. And looking at that, he says, look, it is visham eva, yat tat eva visham. It is like poison, which is like poison. Then how? Why? But he says, don't worry. Agre visham eva. We'll be seeing in details. Agre means in the beginning. That means in the beginning, any Sattvic Sukham in the beginning is very painful, very complicated, difficult. You get suffocated, very poisonous. But pariname means in the end, amrutopamam iti. So, in the end, it is like nectar. In the beginning, it is like poison, but in the end, it is like nectar. And he says, Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. And interestingly, this is born. This sort of Sukham is born out of clarity of Atma Buddhi, self-knowledge. So that means Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. So it is a prasadam. That means it is born out of your understanding. We need to see very carefully this particular point. When we use this word, Atma Jnana Janya Ananda or Atma Jnana Prasada Buddhi. Sorry, Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. Atma Buddhi Prasadajam means Atma Jnana Janya Ananda Mithya or Sukham Mithya. That means what it wants to say, look, this Ananda, this happiness does not depend upon external world. It is not derived from external world. But it is something very unique, and it is me, it is within me. So being in me, this Ananda is being derived not by any means, but by removing my ignorance. That's why we come to the point that Atma Jnana Janya Ananda. So what is the confusion in me? So there is a confusion between me, we say Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. With reference to me, there is confusion. With reference to the world, there is confusion. With reference to the God, the Creator, there is confusion. And all problem is because of that. Now removing this confusion, or knowing the nature of God, nature of me, and the nature of this universe. Now one type of happiness is being generated, and that happiness is generated out of understanding. Remember this. So when this sort of happiness is generated out of understanding, so that means this is what is called as Atma Buddhi Prasadajam iti. And when this is born, then what I need to do? I need to make it to continue, prolong it. And in short, that is called as Vidyananda iti. So the Anandam, that is being derived from knowledge. That's why any other Ananda, any other happiness, that is derived from external sources. There are many ups and downs. We say, if the happiness derived from the power and position, always you will make sure you should not sit down, because in India we had a fellow, okay, now still is alive, one politician. He never stand up and speaks. Always he will make sure he will sit on the chair and sit and speak. And a very jocular fellow. So somebody asked him, Oji, why are you not giving speech in a standing position, always you are sitting? He said, look, the way world is moving, if I stand, if somebody pulls take away my chair, what will happen? So I make sure my chair is protected. Very, very nice fellow, okay? Because his TRP was much more, because he's the number one joker. He can talk anything and everything, okay? But now he's outdated. So his son is trying to become joker, but not happening that much, interestingly, okay? Coming back to the point. This Vidyanandam is something cannot be stolen. Na choro haryam, na raja haryam, na bhatru bhajyam, not even if bharam api. That's why we say, Vidya dhanam sarva dhana pradhanam iti. So this knowledge, this Vidya, even if a thief cannot steal, even if nobody can take away, even if in your siblings, brother or sisters, you cannot divide, And of course, it is not a burden either. In fact, Bhyakruteva, even if you start spending, it starts increasing. And this Vidyadhanam, through that, one can gain the Ananda. Now, when this Ananda is, but he makes it very clear, don't worry, this Ananda also comes to an end. Parinami, especially, with this we'll stop it. When a person starts approaching this Vidyanandam, in the beginning, lot of sadhana, lot of effort. It cannot come just like that. I want to live the way I want, but I want to be the first. Just observe this point very carefully. In India, we have seen. So in India, one of the toughest exam is called this Indian Civil Service. See, all this civil service, really something very tough. Do you know? They don't sleep. Those who prepare, minimum 18 hours continuously they have to prepare. All these, IAS, IPS, or even including IFS, those who are foreign service, diplomats. Because to become diplomat is not a joke. Because to become really a diplomat is not a joke. One has to be that polite, that nice. So many factors are there being a diplomat. And that's why this IFS in Indian Foreign Service, those who are placed in different countries, including first officer, and just I am telling for some of your kind of information. Very tough, the way they prepare themselves, you cannot believe. What to talk of, when this Vidyananda, what to talk about, I am talking about Atma Jnana, Atma Vidya. So in the beginning, it is painful. Look at music. So when you start picking up the music, start learning music, many of you have dropped from the music class, okay? You understand? Only God can hear, okay? Nobody can hear, okay? So how much effort you have to put? No, once in a while, whenever I feel, let me do, and only I will come for the class and practice, then after that I leave it. You think we'll be able to learn? I can give you the best example. Again, we'll pick up this thing. When we were studying, so also music class was there, but nobody practiced. Finally, teacher ran away. We didn't run, okay? So here also, teacher is running away. Means it needs sadhana. Unless the person takes it seriously, continuously, not whenever, whatever, it's not possible. That's why I scold some of you because of this reason. If you are not serious in the class, regular and all these things, not prepared, that means you will not learn anything. Yes, Swamiji is talking, let me listen to Swamiji. Okay, good. At least half an hour you don't listen any other thing. And those who are in the for early morning, you are not sleeping, at least you are waking up. Okay, for that sake, I respect you. Not for anything else. So that's why here is being said, in the beginning it is painful, but parinami, it is like amrutam. In the end, it is like nectar. Because when you start getting this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, what are they? Viveka, Vairagya, Shramadamadi, Satka Sampatti, and Mumukshutvam. To get, you need to put lot of effort. But once you get, it stays with you, you enjoy it. If this is the case, then how to look at Rajasic Ananda? We will see next class. Om. Om Punnamada Punnamidam Punnat Punnamudachyate Punnasya Punnamadaya Punnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.